And all it does is pops around. I got something in my nose, hold on a second. Defying gravity and literally going up the rubber band. I'm gonna take this and pull it over your head and then through. Hey guys, Magician Rich Ferguson here, and today I'm gonna be teaching you 10 easy and fun rubber band tricks you can do today. So get yourself a couple rubber bands and let's get ready to play. In this effect, you're going to apparently take a rubber band off your wrist and place it around your thumb and fingers of your hand like this. From this moment forward, when someone places their hand onto your hand, you can make that rubber band jump completely off onto their hand or wrist, going through your bone and flesh. Now you can also have it jump onto a deck of cards or almost any object you place on your hand. Let me show you up close how cool this illusion is. The rubber band needs to start on your wrist with other rubber bands to disguise it, because you're going to do something pretty devious here. Pull it pretty far out and you're going to pinch both strands of that rubber band with your thumb and the side of your first finger. Pinch it, hold it tight, and then you're going to loop your thumb back through and your first finger's back through. And so what you've essentially done is, if you were to start from like this, you're essentially just putting your hand right through the loop. So to start back over, grab one rubber band, pull it taut, open your fingers, pinch with your thumb and first finger right here, hold it tight, and then re-loop your thumb through. See, you're going to go back and around, and then put your fingers back through. So essentially you've just put your hand right back through the same loop, but you're secretly holding it pinched right here. Make sure that this part of the rubber band is hidden and still pinched right here. So that is the setup. It's very quick and very easy. The other rubber bands are here to disguise the fact that you have a rubber band going up and back right here. So you can have a sweater or a jacket on, which helps disguise this a bit, but this is the setup. That's how easy it is. Now from here, you can place a deck of cards on your hand, and all you have to do is release this pressure, and all it does is pops around the object. How cool is that? Now a small tip with this, you're trying to look as if you're pulling a rubber band off your wrist and then hooking it onto your finger and hand. You don't want to grab, obviously pinch it, and expose what you're doing in front of somebody. You want to make it look as if you're casually taking a rubber band off your hand and putting it around your thumb and hand. Now right here on the back, it's connected. I'm not actually going around, but I give the illusion I am from this perspective here, see? So it looks very legit, and then the illusion works. In this next one, you want to take a rubber band and stretch it out a little bit, and then, oh shoot. Well, let me fix this for a second. There we go. So, broken and restored rubber band. There's a couple setups to this. One, you can start with a rubber band, a regular rubber band. You're going to pull it by its ends and then pull down with your pinkies to give the illusion that it's one big rubber band, but of course it's broken right here. So what you can do is just start off with a rubber band pulled, doubled up like this, so it will appear to be one. Pull it down with your pinkies and put those two ends together and pinch them and look like you're playing with a rubber band, and then snap it and go, oh no, my rubber band's broken. Here, let me fix it. And when you put those two pieces back together, just let go of one of the ends and then it restores. For a more advanced setup, let me show you how you can take a regular rubber band and double it up to where it locks and becomes one full rubber band apparently, but what it really is a rubber band looped over itself twice with a little spot that's hooked right here that you can break. Let me show you up close. Put a rubber band between your first finger and thumb. Take the first finger of your other hand and push down, almost like you're going to do a slingshot. Pull it down, and you're going to put your first finger into the loop where the thumb is and let the thumb's rubber band go. Then you're going to spread those back apart, and you'll notice this little V down here. What you're going to do is take the two ends, you can see down here there's two ends, take these two ends down below and twist them with the other finger's thumb and first finger, so those are kind of intertwined. Then reach up and grab inside that X right here and pull, and what you will have is two rubber bands, or one rubber band doubled up, that you can pull as one rubber band. But right there, if you look real close, you can see it's kind of a garbled mess. And right there, what you have is two rubber band ends rolled over each other, and that is where you can take it and apparently pull it apart as if you're breaking it, and then you can put it back together and then restore it into one rubber band. So when you're doing all these rubber band tricks, you're very likely to break one, for real. So you can do a really cool trick with this one strand of rubber band. Check this out. Stick a small object or a ring onto one end of the rubber band, hold it on an angle, and then you'll actually see the item crawling up, defying gravity and literally going up the rubber band. So what you're going to do is have extra rubber band in one hand. The side that has more, pull it tight, tight, tight until it can't go anymore, but don't break it. And what you're going to do is have the item, like a loop of a rubber band or a ring, hanging down toward the end, and slowly release the pressure of the hand that has the extra rubber band. So the illusion is the item is climbing up, when in fact what you're doing is just releasing that pressure, and the rubber band just unstretches. The item is still staying on the same piece of rubber band, it's just moving as the elasticity is gone from stretched to loose. What you don't want to do is release the pressure by wiggling the lower hand. You want to just open the tightness of your two fingers and let it slip out between your skin to give that illusion. So practice that and blow some minds. In this next one, I'm going to make a small object like my wedding ring vanish. Check this out. So for this one, of course, you're going to need a long sleeve of some sort of jacket or sweater. You're going to pull out a rubber band from your wrist, put it onto one of your fingertips, stick a borrowed item or ring onto it, pull that elastic through and push the ring up. So what you're essentially doing is just creating this little half knot onto the item, and that's it. So you're going to have this item held by your fingertips, not like this so they can see it, but like this. Now, as I'm reaching up toward the camera to show you guys, this is creeping up my hand further than it normally would, but you're going to have a sleeve, and when your hand's down here, it looks a lot more natural. You're going to just drop it as if you're doing some sleight of hand, and then it should vanish. Now, of course, you're going to experiment with different types of rubber bands. Some are too slack. You want one that when it's going to pull will go all the way back and fairly tight to your wrist. Now, before the trick starts, you could easily stick a rubber band through a ring, pull it through, and get that little half knot on there to begin with. But what's so cool about having the rubber band on your wrist already is you can borrow an item or take it off of your finger and then say, hey, I'm going to show you something with this. Just at the edge of the table, stick your finger into it, pull it, loop it around, and do the same thing right there in front of people. So that's kind of a cool way to set that up right in front of people. I'll use a white rubber band just to make it more obvious. Pull straight through, and all you're going to do is twist the ring and push it up. Makes that little half knot right there. That's all you got to do. For this next one, you're going to need a rubber band that's pretty stretchy that can go over your head and down to your neck. And this one's a little bit dangerous because you're actually going to take this and pull it over your head and then through your neck. One more time, watch. Make sure it can go over your head like this And so that's what it looks like when you go over your head, see? So as you pull it over your head, the first time it's just to show what that looks like, so they really actually see this happening, really exaggerate it, look like you're gonna pull it through your neck, and say, let me readjust here for a second. And when you pull it back up, what you're gonna do is let the rubber band go between your first fingers, pull apart, and you're gonna pull down with the rest of your fingers. Let me show you from the back. You're gonna pull apart. This is what it looks like you're doing to begin with, but then you're gonna come back over your head, and then you're gonna pull it apart, let your fingers go, except for your first fingers, pull down, and then from here, they can't tell what's happening when you're on your top of your head. So from here, you're gonna look like you're pulling onto that back piece, but of course there is no back piece right here. It doesn't exist. You have the loops doubled up, but you're gonna make it look like it. So when you come up with 2 rubber bands, you're gonna do that move right here, and look what's gone. That whole strap is gone because now it's doubled up. So right here, you're gonna do that move as you look like you're pulling it over, but you're not pulling over anything. So just struggle, have it go across your face, have it go down to your neck, and then from here, when you pull it through, it's all acting. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3. When you go through, you wanna make sure you release that and put your fingers back inside again, so it doesn't look like this when you come out, because that would be kind of a dead giveaway and not look too cool. So one more time, take it up and over, all the way over, let it get caught in your mouth and chin, struggle with it, get it on. Now you don't want to do this. See, you want to make sure that your hands are always along your face so they can't tell there's nothing behind. Then you're going to go, yeah, and struggle and pull that sucker through, and make sure you release those fingers, get them back inside. So when you pull out, you have this nice big open circle to give the illusion that it was exactly what you said the entire time. Pretty awesome. Hope you enjoy that. Now, a couple fine points with this. When you do this move and you pull it down, make sure that the rubber band is not all twisted somehow and then more obvious that it's 2 rubber bands. You want them to be nice and flat so that the 2 bands next to each other still look like one. So when you're going over your head the first time, it might twist a bit when you come back out to readjust. Just make sure it's still nice and straight. And then when you come back up over your head and you do the move, try not to roll it when you do it. Just pull straight. Just pull nice and straight. 1 band is all you need. Back over, pull that sucker through, and you got yourself a pretty kick-ass illusion. For this next one, you can get a smaller rubber band because you just need it to go around 2 fingers comfortably like this. What you're gonna do is pull on it to show that it's on there, and then you're gonna have it jump down to the other 2 fingers right here. You can go back up as well, watch. Just like that, and it jumps back up to the other 2 fingers. Let me show you how it works. So from the front, it looks like you're adjusting the rubber band and showing that it's really on there. And you really are doing this. But what you're secretly doing from the back is this. You're pulling it up and down, and you're pulling your fingers through the rubber band. So from the front, it's still just what you said it should be, but from the back, you've put all your fingers through it. So what happens with this magically is you just open your fingers and it automatically causes the rubber band to jump to the other 2 fingers. From the front, it would look like this. I put all of my fingers through it on the back, and when I open and extend these fingers, it jumps to the bottom 2 automatically. Now to go back up, it's the same thing. You're gonna show that it's really on there, but you're gonna pull it up, hook all your fingers into it, lay the rubber band back down, and from the front, they can't see anything but this. And when you open these fingers, it jumps to the top automatically. Now, a fun variation of this that I think makes this a lot prettier is to take another colored rubber band and twist it around all the first fingers, really locking that rubber band in. So what you're gonna do is stick it on your first finger, give it a twist, next finger, give it a twist, and give it a twist. So you have this cage, so to speak, right here. So then you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna pull up and down to show this rubber band is on your first 2 fingers, pull up and down, and then look, it jumps down to your bottom 2 fingers. To go back up, do the same thing. Essentially, all that's really happening is this rubber band is going down and down to here. So even though this is on here, it doesn't change the fact that that can happen because it has nothing to do with this rubber band. This is just a decoy, and it's really a great illusion. This next one is awesome. Don't judge it by what you see here, because this is an effect that happens in a person's mind. You're going to be watching this video and saying, well, I see how you do that. Of course you're seeing how you do it, because your eyes are open. This effect works one-on-one, and it's a complete bluff, and it really does fry people. So let me show you exactly how it works, and I hope you can understand and appreciate how powerful this really is. Go try it on your brother, your sister, or some friend, and you will see this is really a great effect. Roll your sleeves up. You do need sleeves for this. You're going to have a rubber band on your wrist. You're going to take that rubber band off, and you're going to ask somebody to grab one of your fingers. And when they do it, when they grab one of your fingers, you're going to say you're going to get this onto that finger using some trickery or puzzle or whatever you want to call it, but you don't want them to see the secret, so you want them to shut their eyes. And when they shut their eyes, you're going to do the impossible. Let me show you up close how it looks. Hey, Mr. Hand, I'm going to roll my sleeves up here. I have a rubber band here. We're going to try something absolutely impossible. What I would like you to do is grab one of my fingers. Okay, let's say the person grabbed that finger. So then I tell the person what I'm going to do is take this rubber band and loop it through my fingers, around their fingers, and get it to be on this finger, literally hanging there, using some secret method that I can't let you know. So please shut your eyes. So they shut their eyes, and this is what you do. You take this rubber band, you throw it away, and you get the other rubber band that's hidden up your sleeve. You pull it down, you stick it on your finger, maybe moving it around a bit to make them feel that you're doing something, touch them, and then you say, open your eyes, and when they do, they see this rubber band hanging right there just like you said. Now, like I said before, do not underestimate the power of this effect, because this is happening in the person's mind and is really cool. What makes this so deceptive is the fact that you roll up your sleeves and you subtly reveal that you have a rubber band. When you pull that off and you proceed with the trick, what you want to keep in mind is you have another rubber band right here up your sleeve, just tucked underneath your jacket. So have it up your arm, pull your jacket or your sleeves down, and when you roll it up, just expose this one rubber band that you have here. Now you could even have the rubber band already on the table, roll your sleeves up and say, oh, let me borrow that rubber band. That would work just as well. The point is that you show your sleeves and that your arms are apparently clean. What makes this so powerful is the moment when they feel it on their finger or they open their eyes and see it on your finger, it really does seem impossible in their mind. So go do this effect later and come back here and comment in the video and let us know your experience with this effect. This next one's a nice balance between a magic trick and a prank. What you're going to do is take a rubber band off your wrist, apparently stick it between two fingers here as you pull, and you're going to say, I got something in my nose, hold on a second. And then you literally snuff it up your nose. So the setup of this is simple. You're going to have a few rubber bands on your wrist to disguise the move, and of course you're not sucking it up your nose and you're not taking it off your wrist. So what you're going to do is pull one rubber band away, give it a little twist, so there's that X right here. You're going to hook your middle finger of that hand there, and now you can pull it and make it look like you have a rubber band freely off your wrist between your two fingers. All you're going to do is pinch it, pull it up to your nose and go, and then really suck up, and when you do that, just release. And it's gone. So if you're wearing a sweater or a jacket, you don't need to have a bunch of rubber bands on your wrist, just have your sleeve hide that, set it up with that little twist, make it look like you have a rubber band between your first two fingers here, come up here and go, ah. I'm pretty sure all of you are aware of using a rubber band as a weapon. Well, that's exactly what you're going to pretend to be doing with this next illusion. You're going to get a second rubber band. You're going to bring your hands up and hook one rubber band onto the other and then shoot it right at the person, but that rubber band vanishes because it never existed to begin with. Let me show you how this works. You're going to come out with a rubber band and maybe even tease a person about shooting something at them and say, oh, let me try this. I won't shoot anything hard at you. Let me shoot another rubber band at you. So you're going to make it look as if you're pulling another rubber band off your wrist, but what you're really doing is this. I'm turning the current rubber band into two rubber bands. Let me show you how I do that. So one hand has a rubber band already looped around the first finger and thumb. What you're going to do is pretend to grab a rubber band and bring it up and hook it onto these fingers right here. But what you're really going to do is pretend to pull up a rubber band. You're going to rotate one hand forward, one hand back, so that you can slide your first finger and thumb into this hole right here, pull down and pull fingers apart, making an X right here, and then bring your hands back together. And what you've done is just twisted one rubber band and made it look as if you have two rubber bands. Now from this point forward, all you have to do is say, I'm just gonna loop it over onto the other one, even though that's not really what's happening, they don't know that, and then say, I'm gonna shoot you. And all that's happening is that twist vanishes. Very simple illusion, and you're gonna freak people out. All right, guys, now some of you have been following me for a long time, and you know that outside of YouTube, I have a flourishing career as a magician and entertainer, and I'm fascinated with rubber band magic. So what I'm gonna do is put together a care package for 5 of you. I want you to comment down below and just tell me you liked the video, or even share it and tell me you shared it. And I'm gonna give you all a set of rubber bands you can do the through the neck illusion with, and a few other effects. These are size 19. These are fantastic for other various magic tricks, some very advanced ones as well. I love these rubber bands. I've searched really far and wide to find some that are very stretchy and pliable and soft that don't deteriorate in the sun. So I'll put together a nice variety for you guys so you can do some of these effects as well and others. And if you haven't, and if you're new to my channel, subscribe right now and look around my channel because there's hundreds of other pranks and magic tricks and tutorials. Thank you guys so much for the support. Share and like my videos, and I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
Subscribe to Rich Ferguson, or else.